Hey everybody, and welcome to another episode of A Funny Thing Happened. Today, the funny thing that happened, I graduated. Well, that's not actually the funny thing, but it's kind of the cause of what happened later. So, yes, I've graduated from broadcasting college. I'm going to be moving out of this location pretty soon, and moving to another place. I don't know where yet. Well, I know the town, but I don't know where I'll be living exactly yet. We played a little game to test our broadcasting skills. I won, got the golden belt, and then as I graduated, and I shook my teacher's hand, and he gave me this. Not the point, though. This isn't the story. You see, of course, being graduated, now me and the other students, we all want to celebrate a little bit. And what a lot of the other students want to do is party! Yeah, they want to go out drinking. And since that's what the majority of them want to do, I'm not going to be a stick in the mud and say, no, I don't want to go. So I came over and went over to the bar with them. Now, to be perfectly honest, I don't like bars. Mostly for the reason, because you're yelling as loud as you can while other people are talking around you as loud as you can. You can't really have a conversation with someone. And then, the icing on the cake, people seem almost offended when you don't have a drink in you. I mean, first the waitress comes up and says, "What can I get for you?" "Oh, nothing, I'm fine." Nothing. And she has this, blank stare for a few moments. Like I had just said something horrible. And so, she said, "Well, do you want a water or anything?" I'm like, "Sure, I'll get a water." But the thing is, I wasn't really thirsty because we just had our graduation supper, where I drank a lot of water. Ooh. And after the graduation dinner, we went downstairs and had the graduation ceremony. And what was on the table? Pitchers of water and cups. So I had some more water. And then before I went to the bar, I actually went home for a little bit, and I had a root beer. And so now here I am at this bar, and everyone is trying to get me to drink something. One of my classmates is like, "Look, man, if you don't get something to drink, I'm going to beat the crap out of you." Always a ball of fun, that one. But anyway, the hunt now is on to find me something to drink. And if you don't know, I don't actually drink alcohol. The thought of just drinking something that lowers my inhibitions and lowers my common sense and costs so stinking much just doesn't really appeal to me. And so one of them gets the grand idea, let's get them something that's not alcoholic that they serve here. So what do they got? Iced tea. I don't like iced tea. I know, I mean, I'm feeling pretty bad right now, because these guys are trying to get me to enjoy my time here in this loud building where everybody's yelling. And so they say, "Okay, we can get you iced tea." So I take a sip of somebody else's, it's not horrible. That's something I would want to buy. But they're like, we'll buy it for you. So I'm like, you know what, fine, if this will make them happy, but I am not in the mood to drink anything because I just drank all of that stinking stuff. And so now I have a half a glass of water and a full glass of iced tea. At this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I cannot have any more liquids. But here's where things get interesting, because now people seem almost angered that I'm not drinking this iced tea. I'm drinking it as fast as I can, little sips. And I'm just like, oh man, I'm not in the mood for drinking all of this. I've not only been drinking water the whole night, I already had half a glass of water here. And so in the end, I have a half a glass of water, full glass of iced tea, and I just think, screw it. I not only chugged down all of that iced tea, but all the water too. At this point, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm about ready to burst. But I'm done with it, right? I'm over. It's finally just all out of the way. No! They then proceed to order me another full iced tea! I said I didn't want any! I didn't want any the whole night! But here we are again. And the guy ordered it. Like, I like all these guys. They're great guys. He's like, you know what, if you don't drink this, I'll be offended. But he's like, well, it's just a iced tea. Here's the thing that I just don't get with bars. Not that I'm an expert. By far, I don't get the whole bar scene. It's not my style. It's like, I don't get when people say, I need to go over to a bar and have fun. Well, what is there to have fun? You're yelling, you're drinking something to lose control of your mind. May make you more loose, but like, when people wake up in the morning and they're like, oh, man, I don't remember what happened last night. It must have been awesome. Don't you think that it could have been a crappy night and you just don't remember? So now I'm just like looking at this iced tea with like disdain. I'm hating iced tea more and more. It's not even like it's a drink that I enjoy. I'm sure other people like iced tea, but it's just not for my taste buds. But you know what? Then on comes the Canadian National Anthem. I then took my cap, put it on backwards, grabbed that iced tea, and chugged the second one. One more thing before continuing on. What was weird was then one of the members of the staff came and said, "Sir, can you take your hat and not have it on backwards?" I am not even kidding. I mean, I'm just like, oh okay. I'm like, seriously? I mean, besides it not looking like it's cool, because it looks idiotic, what is the deal? If you have an idea, tell me. I really want to know. Anyway, by this time, I'm spent. But the whole night, one of my fellow colleagues and fellow students has been trying to say, you know what, you need to talk to girls, okay? My mission tonight is to get you to talk to a girl, okay? Oh man, shouldn't have used root beer as a substitute for iced tea. Anyway, but I'm just like, this is where it's just, I really just don't get the bar scene. Here's the thing. I get that people can go to a bar, meet women, and become really good friends, and even grow to more from that, and grow an actual relationship out of that. I know that can happen. It's not like it's something that happens every now and then. I get that it happens a lot. But for me personally, I'm a guy that I really want to get to know the person before I ever date them. And of course, this guy comes back with, well man, how can you know them if you don't talk to them? Just talk to them here. Just talk to them. Here's the thing, I'm not going to be in this town much longer, so what's the point in talking to a girl who I'll probably never see again, and it's just going to be, you know, I just don't see the logic in this. I don't claim to be an expert on dating or anything, but I would like to know the person before I get to know them in a relationship way. You know, I like to be friends with someone before I get to know. And there are plenty of different ways you can meet someone. It's not like the bar is the only way. And that's what I think kind of bugs me with, like, my classmates. I love them. They're great guys, and I appreciate for all they were trying to do. But sometimes it feels like that's the only way. That you can only meet girls in bars, and that you have to drink to have fun, and there's no other way. Personally, I think that's bull. But the thing is, we're all just different people. I know what I consider fun. They're not really going to consider fun. I don't think they'd want to come over and play Mario Kart. But that being said, it feels strange to be in an environment where it feels like you're almost treated with hostility if you don't go with the flow with everybody else. I haven't been a fan of the bar scene, and I don't think I will be anytime soon. Hey, if you are, good for you. Maybe you have a nicer bar. And for any of my fellow classmates who may be watching, I really appreciate what you're trying to do. But the thing is, it's something that it's not for me. And the way going about it, it's not something that I enjoy, and you know, that's just not the environment I want to meet a woman. That's just not the environment where I can have a good time. It's just not the environment for me. And I was glad to go there and spend some time with them at the bar because, you know, it's probably the last time we'll see each other for, you know, until like maybe we'll bump each other into different radio stations along the way, but who knows? This might be the last time I see some of these people. Except on Facebook, but you know. But I guess my point is, I really just think that you can't expect everyone to have fun the same way you do and go about things the same way you do. It's an interesting experience. I won't say it's a fun experience because my belly hurts because I just did all that, then came here to shoot the video and had to demonstrate this stuff again, so I feel sick. But, that being said, this is just a funny thing that happened to me. Remember guys, I'm Lazy99. If I don't like it, it's not worth it. Congratulations to the grads of WABC. Be sure to check out more of my other videos on my channel, and wait for more coming soon.